is up, you guys? This is MiniSuperHeroes Today.
Hey guys, in honor of San Diego Comic-Con 2022 this weekend, I thought I would go ahead and show you all of my San Diego Comic-Con exclusive figures, as well as some other, Comic-Con figures that may not necessarily be from San Diego. Anyways, here's the story. I'm just going to pick one up at random. How most of these work is you have to be at the convention the year that, let's say, Sheriff Deadpool was released. Then, once you get to the convention, you have to get, a ticket that enters you in a raffle to win the figure. So they are very difficult to get. Some of them are more rare than others, but they're all pretty rare. For example, there are certain ones, I think the collector, there's 3,500 of total, and I think Spider-Man there's only 3,000 of. I'm not 100% sure on all the numbers off the top of my head. I'd have to do some more research, but some are more rare and desirable than others. For example, Sheriff Deadpool is more desirable than Vixen, just because Vixen's, TV show wasn't quite as popular as the character of Deadpool. Regardless, they used to alternate between figures and sets every year. So, if one year they gave away a figure, the next year they might give away a set, for example. But we're going to do a brief overview of all of these, and if you want an in-depth review on any of these figures, all of them have reviews on my channel. If you search Mini Superheroes Today, Vixen review or the collector review or whatever, you could get a little bit more in-depth history, but today we're just going to do an overview of the collection. Before we get into doing that though, drop a comment below and let me know which of these exclusives is your personal favorite. I'd love to know, so drop that in the comments, hit like and subscribe, and let's get right into it. So our first figure to talk about, or actually figures to talk about, are Green Lantern and Batman from New York Comic-Con 2011 and San Diego Comic-Con 2011. Both figures were given away at both cons, but these were the only two times that these figures were ever made available to the public. Now, these two do not have their backing card. They had a card similar to Jean Grey, which we'll talk about here momentarily, but these were released to announce the coming of the LEGO DC Superheroes theme. So technically, these are the first minifigures from the DC superhero theme, if you don't count the Batman figures from 2006 to 2008. With that being said, I'm not 100% sure how limited they are. I've heard as low as 1,500. I've heard as high as 5,000. I'm not 100% sure, but you can check out my full review of them on the channel, as with everything else here. There was also a Superman from this era. However, he was not exclusive, so I'm not counting him in this section of the video. The rarest of the rare in this video are the New York Toy Fair Iron Man and Captain America. Now, here's the story with these. They came on a lanyard together, and there were only 125 of those made. With that being said, though, there were some extras that were produced that were given to, LEGO employees and things like that, and that's where both of these came from. Both of these came from Kevin Hinkle's collection, although I didn't get them from him. Kevin was a former LEGO artist, and I guess that he had gotten some extras, and they'd been sold out to the community, and I bought them from people that got them directly from Kevin. So Iron Man here is really cool. I love this one, and of course, Captain America is the Bucky Barnes Captain America, so it's pretty funny that the first ever LEGO Cap was actually not Steve Rogers. That takes us to 2012, and my only 2012 minifigure from San Diego Comic-Con is the Jean Grey, who I recently just reviewed here on the channel. But yeah, this is how the cards were for the first, 2012 year. I'm not going to take the figure off the card because I just don't like to risk it, but there's a piece that's glued onto just this piece of paper. So pretty, primitive in that regard, but it is a cool figure, and it's definitely tough to find these early ones, as if it's not hard to find any of them, but especially these early ones. Going chronologically, my next exclusive is this LEGO Batman Classic TV series Batmobile, which of course was based off of the, Adam West era, and this is a 2014 exclusive, so you could see I have number 836, definitely a rare piece. Now mine is opened, and of course the set is inside waiting to be displayed again. I just kind of have it off rotation in my collection. I'm just displaying it with the box, but again, there's a full review on my channel if you want to see that. Also in 2014, we got the Collector from Guardians of the Galaxy. I really wanted this figure back in the day, but of course, I've never been to San Diego Comic-Con, but my friend, Brother from Another Brick, sold this to me a couple months ago at Brick World Chicago, and that was definitely awesome. So thanks to him, and again, full review. I'm gonna stop saying that, though. 2016 gave us the only ever minifigure made of the Atom, especially the version from Legends of Tomorrow. As a big Ant-Man fan, I've always thought that the Atom was, you know, kind of the DC counterpart, and he comes with a cool little Palmer Technologies like little chip behind him for him to stand on. He's the only San Diego Comic-Con minifigure to come with an extra piece like that. You know, there are some that come with like hats or weapons or something like that, but an extra piece like that, this is one of the few. Also from 2016, LEGO gave away this Hydra Steve Rogers Captain America. Why I say Hydra is that same year in the comics, they revealed that Captain America was actually a Hydra agent all those years. Definitely a controversial storyline, not one of my favorites, but the figure's pretty cool, and I got this one from Brother from Another Brick as well, so yeah. In 2017, we got another Legends of Tomorrow figure from DC. You'll notice that they really like to make a lot of the CW shows as exclusive minifigures instead of giving them sets, but this is Vixen from Legends of Tomorrow, and my story with this is crazy. This popped up on my local Nashville Facebook Marketplace for like $75 a couple years ago. This is probably the least valuable San Diego figure I have, but still, for $75 and I didn't even have to pay shipping, that was a major win. That brings us to 2018 with yet another CW-based minifigure. This time we have Black Lightning. I really liked that in 2018 they gave us these little speech bubbles on there, and you can open these packages up and remove the figure and put them back in. I think that that's a pretty ingenious thing for LEGO to do, so that you could, you know, display it, play with it, do whatever you want, but still kind of keep it mint in the package if you wanted to. I really like that. My other 2018 San Diego Comic-Con minifigure is Sheriff Deadpool. Now, this is really cool. He's got like a mustache, he's got the hat, great printing all around. It's an awesome figure, and I really, really love this one. Definitely one of my favorite LEGO Marvel figures, and I just really like this one. I'm very grateful to own it. 2019 gave us a set and a minifigure, but let's talk about the set first. This is the Captain Marvel and the Aces set, and if you check out the sticker up here, you can see that mine was a sample copy, which is crazy. These were the copies that were given out to like LEGO employees and maybe even people that work for Marvel, but regardless, it's a very, very cool set. At the time, this Captain Marvel Kree-suit figure was exclusive, but she was later released in a polybag. However, the Maria Rambeau minifigure that's in here is 100% exclusive because of the headpiece. The torso piece is actually reused from Star Wars, but because of that headpiece, it does include a technical exclusive minifigure, and mine I purchased opened, which is a shame somebody opened the sample copy, but regardless, there's a review on the channel. I said I'd stop mentioning that, but sometimes I can't help myself. Quite possibly the coolest figure here is the PS4 Spider-Man. Now, like I said, this is also from the year 2019 as a part of the Gamerverse, which is kind of like a subline that Marvel did, you know, for their video game tie-in toys. But regardless, this figure is amazing. It's crazy that LEGO would make a figure that everybody would want that's so limited, and I'm very grateful to be able to show it off here, but man, I wish that this one was just released in a regular set so we all could own it, because this one is awesome. Now that brings us to 2020, which was basically the final death blow for San Diego Comic-Con figures. Unfortunately, in 2022, now that San Diego Comic-Con is back, there are no exclusives this year, which is kind of sad. Maybe they'll come back in 2023, but here's the deal with this one. This is not a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, it's from DC Fandom. You had to basically apply online for a giveaway for a chance to win. I did not win, but I did purchase this from Atlanta Brick Co. earlier this year, and I figured it kind of counts, kind of like, you know, these Toy Fair figures aren't technically Comic-Con figures, but they came from a Comic-Con, so I'm gonna count it. And as I mentioned, that brings us to the death blow of 2020 for San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. Now, these two sets, the Wonder Woman set and Black Widow set, were both supposed to be Comic-Con exclusives, but Comic-Con was canceled, so they were distributed elsewhere. The Black Widow set could have been purchased from Amazon, and the Wonder Woman set could have been purchased from Walmart here in North America. Both are pretty cool sets. The Black Widow set actually came with 2 exclusive minifigures, that being the Black Widow as well as the Red Guardian, and the Taskmaster minifig was the same as the Black Widow set, just without the hood, and the Wonder Woman set was unique because it used 2 figures from the DC collectible minifigures line, which is really one of the only times that's ever happened, where CMF figures appear in an actually distributed set. Pretty awesome, but that brings us to the end, so let's zoom out and I'll give you my final thoughts. Well, guys, that's an overview of my San Diego Comic-Con LEGO minifigure collection. If you have any figures that I didn't show you here today that you'd like to sell me, my Instagram messages are always open and I'm always buying, so be sure to let me know. But in the meantime, I'd also love to know which of these figures you like the most. They're very near and dear to me. Sheriff Deadpool's among my favorites, but anyways, let me know your thoughts and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Well, you made it to the end of the video. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and maybe check out one of my other videos listed here.